It's Jim Julius. If you're buying a jet airplane, this is a huge decision involving lots of dollars, and you wouldn't make that kind of decision in any kind of other business without all the information. And we're going to show you today how you can have all the information to make the right decision. So how do you know you're paying the right price for that pre-owned jet you're looking at? Or maybe if you're an owner, the question is, what's my aircraft worth? Well, we're going to look at 4 common valuation methods that people use when they're trying to determine just how much their aircraft is worth. The first one we're going to take a look at is probably the least accurate, but the easiest to do. It's check the trade magazines, and even corporate buyers have been known to take a peek at the trades to find out how much that aircraft that they're either managing or owning is worth. So trade magazines, Google is even considered. You can look at Google and find out what others are asking for similar airplanes. Pretty common method. Now, I need to caution you though. Anyone with $30 can buy an ad for an aircraft, and they can ask whatever they want. An unmotivated or uninformed owner can ask $2.5 million for a $1 million aircraft. Nothing to stop them. And the other thing you don't know is how long that overpriced aircraft has been on the market. So the message and the moral here is asking price in trade magazines often is quite a ways away from what the market is valuing that aircraft at. Not real accurate. Simple to get, but not real accurate. Next one we're going to take a look at is the Aircraft Bluebook. Shares a similar name to the Kelly Blue Book you've probably heard of for automotive use. This is for aircraft, of course, and it's a paid service, either online or in a paperback form. It's somewhat inexpensive to get a hold of this, and it's very widely used in the industry. I just happen to not be a fan of how data is collected for this publication. I think it tends to push everything to the average because of the type of information they gather to publish in their book. It might be okay if you have an average aircraft, but of course most aircrafts aren't average. So I think it's a good guideline. I just don't think it's accurate enough for you to pin your aircraft purchase on what this book tells you. All right, the third valuation method we're going to take a look at is aircraft brokers and agents. Do they know the specific market of your aircraft? Well, some do, some don't. First of all, if you're dealing with a high-volume dealer who specializes in the make and model of aircraft that you are buying, then yes, they should know the market, what the market is paying for that type of aircraft. If you're dealing with more of a generalist who sells all makes and models, or whatever walks in the door, if you will, they may not be as familiar with the current market conditions of the specific make and model that you're considering. The better question might be, are they unbiased in their evaluation of the market conditions as respect to the aircraft they're trying to sell you? As we've learned from the movie All the President's Men in 1976, you've got to follow the money. You see, brokers are paid by the sellers, and usually on a contingent basis. The higher the selling price, the higher the commission. Now, does that make them crooks? Well, certainly not. Several of my best friends are aircraft brokers. But does it create a potential for some bias with respect to the aircraft they're trying to sell you and their interpretation of the market? Well, maybe. Okay, the fourth and final aircraft valuation method we're going to talk about is a certified aircraft appraiser. And yes, I am one of those, so I have some authority for which I speak. Why would you hire a certified aircraft appraiser? Well, first of all, because they are totally independent of your transaction. They're not selling, they're not buying. They're working for you. Secondly, they're trained and certified by the National Aircraft Appraisers Association. And finally, and very important, They're trained to USPAP standards. What does USPAP stand for? Well, that's the Uniform Standards of Professional Appraisal Practice. You're going to see in a minute here where most users of real professional appraisals require them to be written to USPAP standards. And of course, that's your assurance of an independent, high-quality valuation to ethical standards. Let's take a look at some common users of appraisals, of aircraft appraisals, and kind of see what they require. All right, first of all, lenders and bank underwriters. They only accept certified appraisals to USPAP standards. Attorneys in U.S. court systems, they also only accept certified appraisals to USPAP standards. Insurance underwriters and adjusters only accept certified appraisals to USPAP standards. Government agencies, including the IRS, only accept certified appraisals to USPAP standards. Shouldn't you be using a certified independent appraiser for your aircraft purchase or sale transaction?
Head on over to our website at MyAircraftAppraiser.com. There's lots of information there for you, and right now we're giving you a free market analysis on any jet that you're considering for purchase. Just tell us what make and model and the year, and we're going to send you a free report. No obligation, just giving you some market information right now. Thanks for watching. Jim Julius, Blue Skies.